Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who wishes he could party with Venom in Vegas. It's Norbert Morvan.
I am Null, god of the void, slicer of worlds. Long ago, when light invaded my kingdom, my symbiote children betrayed me, imprisoned me here. At last, a codex has been created. It is the key to my freedom. It will unlock this prison. I order you to search the corners of the universe until you find this key. Find the codex! La 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 la! Exposition! Stupid, stupid exposition. God, I hate this movie.
Listen, that bad guy, I know his name, but I don't even want to say his name because apparently he's big in the comics, but he's nothing in this movie. Noel. No, he's Noel. Noel and Void. He's in a void.
Null and void. He's
But
in a void.
I got to tell you, man, ever since Venom came out in 2018, it's like Tom Hardy. So I figured out how much Tom Hardy is sweat in all of these, and he spent like 59% of all the movies sweaty. But like on all three of them, like they've made like close to $2 billion. This
Yes.
third Venom, The Last Dance. It's just like he's just walking around with no shoes, sweaty, talking to himself, and that's all I want in a movie. Like, I like remember when he like knocks a guy out and he puts a suit on and he's just walking around and they're talking to each other and they're singing
Yes.
Major Tom and like the lady from Letterkenny's just crushing people with a symbiote, like a shoot the one with the cool Christmas. Like she's from Letterkenny, she's ripping people up. All I want from this movie is just Tom Hardy sweaty, throwing shoes at people and going, huh? What? What? You're a symbiote. You're in me. Like that's all I want. And I'm the happiest man on the planet. They're like 80 minutes long. They're incredibly unpretentious. And they just like want to entertain. And you can tell Tom Hardy loves Eddie Brock. So like I
Yes,
love
he
these
does.
movies. Like the thing that saves it for me is he cares. And like,
He does.
the only reason people do this movie is because of him. Michelle Williams is like, I wanted to act with Tom Hardy. Stephen Graham, I
Yeah.
want to act with Tom Hardy. Chiwetel Ejiofor, I wanted to act with Tom Hardy. Juno Temple, I wanted to act with Tom Hardy.
Hmm.
Woody Harrelson, I wanted to act with Tom Hardy. Like
Right.
everyone just like he brings in these huge names. The movies are rarely directed well, but he'll sit in a lobster tank or he'll sweat in a car. Like that's all I want, Norbert. That's all I want. And that's what they deliver. So I love Venom the Last Dance. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a good movie? Not really. But do I love it? Yes. Does that make sense?
Oh, my brother in
Juno
Christ.
Temple doesn't have to be in there. Her brother doesn't have to be in there. Chiwetel Ejiofor doesn't have to be in there. There's way too
Right.
much time dedicated to a family in like a Winnebago. Like there's a Vegas
I
dancing scene.
I actually enjoyed the family in the Winnebago. That's the thing because they were so weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
grenade launcher. So we're gonna talk about Marvel's 20. So we're gonna do X-Men 97. We're gonna
Right.
talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, Agatha
Right.
All Along, and then we're gonna toss in
Right.
Venom because he briefly had a dalliance in
There it
the
is.
Sony world. We're not gonna
That's
cover
right.
Madam Web because she can't
No.
open soda cans. And
No.
Craven the Hunter, I just don't even get into that. So it's we're gonna cover these four films. And here's the thing, Norbert. This was a good year for Marvel.
Financially.
Because listen, Sony's dead.
Yes. They
That's
have
gone.
murdered themselves.
Okay. Second, Deadpool and Wolverine made 1.3 something billion. And the most important thing is I watched the assembled 1 hour documentary about the making of Deadpool and Wolverine. And
Mm.
Ryan Reynolds, as much as people give him crap, like he's in, but he cares so deeply about Deadpool that even though Deadpool Wolverine's not really a movie, it's like just a crowd pleasing thing and it's
Oh
fun,
yeah.
but it
Oh
made
yeah.
1.3 billion.
It's the nostalgia button in your brain being pressed on rapid
Yeah,
fire.
it's like a finger in your eye, just like
That's right.
yeah. But
Remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Remember
but
this?
you know what's funny? Honest Trailers did a honest trailer for it, and after every major character is announced, there's like a 3 second pause because they expected the audience to clap. But when you've seen
Yeah.
it 5 times, you're just sitting there during the 3 second gap. You know what I mean? But okay, but it made 1.3 billion. First and foremost, because Ryan Reynolds cares. There's no one can ever not say that Ryan Reynolds does not love Deadpool. And
Yeah.
then Agatha All Along, like the creator Jack Schaefer, Catherine Hahn, it was made for under $40 million. Everyone
Mm.
loves the characters in Agatha All Along. You could tell that they're like, here's 40 mil. That's like one episode of Secret Invasion, make an entire show. And they're like, all right, and it's fun. Then X-Men
Mm.
97, I watched the assembled documentary on that. They brought back original voice work. They brought back the original creators as like consultants. They revere the X-Men comic from the 90s, and X-Men 97 was a huge success because they love the X-Men. They love the comic book. And Tom Hardy loves Venom. So Sony's dead. And what they learned was like, this is really stupid, but just hire people who love the characters. That's
right.
Just, I think sometimes movies, it's like they hire some person to make it. And they're like, I don't even know who Captain Marvel. I didn't even read the comics because I didn't want to like sully my brain of my performance. And you're like, what? So it's, they hired people who loved the property, and all three were successful. All four. I mean, Venom Last Dance made up 500 mil. That's
right.
Pretty good. And
it definitely covered its budget for sure.
It cost 120 mil. That's nothing. That's like a third of what this new Captain America movie is going to cost. So that's a success. X-Men 97 is like one of the highest rated things ever for Disney Plus.
It's amazing.
Agatha All Along cost under 40 million, and it gained viewers every week. And I mean, 1.3 billion for Deadpool Wolverine. So I think the best thing that we got out of this year was hopefully Marvel can be like, okay, Agatha costs 40 million. It was great. Look at Sony. Venom cost 120 million, made 500 million. Deadpool and Wolverine cost like 300, but it made 1.4 billion, but they love it. And X-Men 97, everyone reveres it, and it got huge ratings. So, I mean, I know the showrunner left, the writer left, Bo DeMaio, but he wrote the next season.
Yes.
But I mean, still, it's a good reset. Marvel needed a reset, and 2024 was a good reset for them.
You're not wrong about any of that. No, man, I feel you. Your passion for these middling projects is wonderful, my friend. But we have reached the nadir of our particular MCU series, talking about the year in Marvel. Because good God, man, like you said, X-Men 97, bonkers. X-Men 97 takes decades of continuity and mashes them into 10, like 30, 40-minute episodes. And the voice acting through the roof, off the charts. You get some Chris Claremont in there, as usual, because Claremont, his mind is just vomiting all these characters out, and we just get so many of them. The wonderful story arcs. You get Life Death, where Storm loses her powers, falls in love with Forge.
X Factor, baby. You didn't like X Factor?
I did like X Factor, man. X Factor went in the Deadpool movies. That was cool the way that came out, when they show Longshot even hanging out at the birthday party with his four fingers and weird eyes, So we get Life Death, you get the trial of Magneto, you get a very mashed together version of Inferno, we get the clone of Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor. It's comics porn, basically, if you're into that kind of thing. X-Men 97 is just flawless. Deadpool and Wolverine, again, rapid fire. You remember this guy? Remember that? Remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? For me, the best cameo, not just Blade.
Snipes.
Not just Blade, but when Johnny Storm comes out of nowhere. Because, look, those Fantastic Four movies, yeah. The casting of the Fantastic Four themselves in those two movies was perfect. It was perfect. It's the only time I've ever enjoyed Jessica Alba on screen, period. She did the Sue Storm thing so well. Chris Evans, perfect Johnny Storm. He was perfect. So I thought it was great when he came in. The cameos were great. Cameos were great. Agatha, Agatha Harkness was not that big a deal in the comics, She happened to tell the Scarlet Witch, your kids, they're not real. And then Wanda kills the Avengers. And then that leads to the House of M. So that was cool. But a whole series about Agatha Harkness? Then again, I have this thing for Catherine Hahn, so I grudgingly watched.
First butt
Catherine
shot.
Hahn's my girl.
Yeah.
Woo, Catherine Hahn's my girl. And then they managed to get Aubrey
Plaza
in there, and I was just
she's great.
Woo. Now I can't stop watching, but I don't know if I like this. That's what I'm thinking the whole time.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's 40 mil. Like, I think Secret Invasion, they're like, where did 40 million go? I don't know. Check your pockets. Like, they just lost 40 million making Secret Invasion. You know what I mean?
It was a money laundering exercise.
Like, we talked about the other Marvel shows in the past, like how expensive they got. Like, you're just like Loki was siphoning money. Like, I think Moon Knight actually was made on budget, but they were like She-Hulk, because of all the problems, was like 25 million an episode. So here's the thing, though. They made Agatha wasn't meant to be huge. I think it was meant to be more of like a fun, like they made that black and white werewolf film. Like I think it was just, I bet you that cost the
That was
same amount as
amazing.
Agatha. I would guarantee
Mm.
it. So I think,
And that was amazing, though. That was amazing. The Werewolf by Night.
but I like how Jack Schaefer was like, okay, here's our plot. We have no budget, and they made like a pretty interesting story. Now the problem with Agatha is like she's just a jerk, and so like there's
Yes,
no like how many witches did she kill? Like she's a serial
all of them.
killer. Yeah, she is a literal. She's a legitimate serial killer, and so the whole time I'm like, I don't, because even when like she wanted her kid back and like death, and then she's like, hey, witches, come with me, and then she murders them all. Like we're talking
Murders them all.
innocent witches, because like she wants her,
Yes,
I just want my kid back, but
that's it.
like she's a serial killer
Yes,
and like very pithy, often
yes,
wrong, but
yes.
like do you still watch it? Like Patty LaPone's really good, and
Oh,
like
iconic actress Patty LuPone. She was on stage. She did
right,
Sweeney Todd, for God's sake. I
she's
mean,
great, and then Aubrey Plaza's being Aubrey Plaza, which I'll take any
yeah,
day of the week. Like I still don't think the first episode was necessary because it's like they did like Mare of Easttown, and then it's like
yes.
we're never going back to that, so I don't
Well,
really.
they were just, it's just, see, this is the thing. They're trying to carry over the vibe from
Wanda,
WandaVision, where, oh, look, we can do different genres of TV, haha.
because
And
that's
you
what she
see now
watched as
you
a
want
kid.
and you see now you understand what I was saying, where I was saying there's just too many episodes of them showing you sitcom from the 60s, sitcom from the, oh, yeah, okay, we get it. Do one. You see? That's what I was talking about, Hoffmeyer. Now you see, I got you.
I love WandaVision though,
Oh
because
yeah.
that was her fractured psyche, and she used to
Yes.
watch those shows. So at least they were like, "This is why." Like this one, they said a
Hmm.
detective thing for no point. I was like, "Oh man," but Han's great, Plaza's great, and it was made for 40 million. My main point is, it was made for 40 million. Like that shows you that Disney is not like, "Huh, we spent 500 million on Agatha All Along. How'd that happen? Like, where's Plaza? She has a
So you
palace in Dubai. Like what? Like wait, is that
ooh.
where our money went? You know what I mean? Like it just shows that they got track of their budgets again, and they hired people that can make a show on a budget. And listen, it appealed to many people. Like the rewatches of that show were huge, and it kept going up in ratings. So like it found an audience.
Hmm.
So like I guess the positive is it cost 40 million.
Well, also not for nothing, the reason why the rewatches were so numerous, as you mentioned, is because the second and third time you watch this show, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because now, oh my God, that was horrible. Hold on a second. Now you got Agatha, aha, the witch's road is a lie.
Yep.
And now you see how Agatha reacts every time Billy William Maximoff, whatever his name is, every time he says something, she's like, yeah, keep going, kid. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. That shows up a lot more in the rewatches. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I that was cool. And then at the end, when he does, oh my God, Kaiser Soze was in the room and looks around his bedroom and sees all the things that he incorporated into the Witch's Road because he has the Wanda vision
Mm-hmm.
and he can just make things happen. That was a cool reveal. And it's a cooler reveal the second time around, because the first time around, I was just, what? What is why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And I didn't even understand that he was doing Kaiser Soze until like the second, third time around. That ended up being good. You have to keep bringing up the 40 million thing, because what is this show really for? What's it? Do we really need an origin for Agatha Harkness? She was in love with Death. Death
Mm-hmm.
told her, look, your son's going to die. Deal with it. Also, I think you're hot. But that's not enough for Agatha. You know what I'm saying? She could get into a steamy Harlequin romance with Death, but she wants her kid. See? So that's not enough for her. And eventually Death is going to come. So her thing is, let me hang out with my kid. Let me teach him the grift of murder and stealing power and food. And the kid is really cool with it. And he makes the song that they keep trying to ram down your throat. Down, down, down the road, down the way.
Witches. Yeah.
It is a great piece of music. It is well crafted. It's professionally done. The harmonies are great. But the reason why Agatha All Along took off in WandaVision,
was Agatha.
because that was a bop.
Yeah.
And it came out of nowhere. And they played it once. That was a real bop. It was Agatha All Along. That was great. But this Witch's Road thing, they keep forcing it down your throat. Okay, we get it. Yes, yes, witchcraft. It's basically a musical. Haha. Yes, for God's sake. So anyway,
40
I'm
million.
not mad at it. That's why you have to keep bringing it up, because why do you like this show, Hoffmeyer? Tell me.
No,
40
no.
million, we get it. What else?
Here's the thing. I don't think anything Marvel is ever going to change my life. Or, there's people out there that are like, you'll never believe what Infinity War did for my life. And you're like, yeah, it gave you 3 hours of entertainment. But it's, we've talked about these for years. We've done these Marvel recaps, and like, I've always enjoyed them. But I mean, when you reach these huge budgets, you're not exploding for creativity. You're trying to tell a Disney, it's owned by Disney. You're telling a package tale to appeal to the broadest audience possible. And I guess what was great about Marvel is how well managed they were to begin with. They didn't explode right out of the gate. They build. And then eventually they were creating 14 shows a year, which gave us very long episodes. They lost track of their spending. They didn't wait, secret, like, how much did that cost? Like, they didn't even know how much shows were costing. And they kind of lost track of it. And they were bringing in people who didn't exactly love the characters. They just brought in people who were like, I'm going to make a message with this character, or I'm going to do this.
Right.
This was important because this Jack Schaefer, she did WandaVision. That was huge. Now she did this for 40 million. And it, like you said, you go back, you watch it again, it makes more sense. She brought in big actors. And it's like, it's a very controlled, like, well-made, like, yeah, I think it's probably a little too long, but the episodes were quite short. And I think it really did appeal to certain audiences, like seeing representation on screen and like seeing what it had.
For sure.
And
it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And
it was
all the
40 million.
acting is all the acting. Here you go. And all the actors, all of them, superb. And superb. Acting, superb. Scripts, great. And you have to watch it repeatedly for you to get what's really going on. I didn't expect them all to die either. That was crazy.
Like, people die on the road, and I like that. And like, I love that that 70s show just gets wiped out. But it's I think it's just nice seeing Marvel. I mean, say what you want about Sony. The Venom movies on average cost $110 million per movie, and they made almost $2 billion. So like, they made like $1.9 billion, right? That's still a big $1.95 billion. That's a profit. So say what you want about them, they were still like churning out lucrative profit for like 100. So that showed that they had control of it. And with this one, it cost 120 million. And I think the final fights, like that scene in Venom in the water, when that giant thing shows up and swallows the guy and spits out the blood like a lawnmower.
It's incredibly violent. It just turns super violent.
And like the scene Venom Frog, and like listening to Major Tom in a car. And I think the final fight's a lot of fun. Like, I love that there's a giant industrial like acid vat conveniently around. But as a fan, so Christmas, right? She's in Letterkenny, and I'm a big fan of Letterkenny. And then when she starts ripping people up, I was like, Letterkenny. Like, I didn't really Juno Temple, whatever. Juno Temple's great. I didn't even know she was British until I watched. I was watching Ted Lasso. I was like, she has a great British accent. And I learned she actually is British. But I think there's something to be said for movies that can control their budgets. Like, this new Winter Soldiers blew up out of budget. The Marvels blew up over budget. Like, I think Marvel's back to a point where they can control things a little bit better. And I think that's when they're at their best. Because they tried to go freewheeling, and that's not what Marvel is. Like, Marvel's better when it's super produced. So I think, and also too, like, Norbert, it's not lost on me that these movies are giant, expensive shows. So, most of the time I watched a French one-take horror film this year that gave me infinite more like excitement, or Hundreds of Beavers. Those two shows gave me 30 times the amount of joy and like wow moments than all 4 of these did. Because I love indies that can stretch their budget and be creative. So I'm not saying these weren't. I just think they're well managed. They revered the property and they thought about it, and they made like, it was a good pivot. They didn't flood the market with shows. All of them were pretty well received, and like now they can explode from here. Like, they needed this. They needed 2024. And I'm not talking about the quality of the movies. Like, I'm not saying Deadpool Wolverine, I walked out of it and I just had a big smile on my face, but it's not a movie. Like, Professor X's sister, a lot of cameos, and like there's like a Honda Odyssey, and like the fight scenes in that movie don't even matter. Like it's Wolverine versus
No,
Deadpool. They're not important, but they're just like
no,
here's just us fighting because people will like it. It's like it
yes.
sacrifices story just to be like here, watch us fight. Like that's what
Watch
you
us
want.
fight.
Like so you can't complain. And then they give us kind of like a car fight in a Honda Odyssey.
What
Blade.
product placement? How weird is that? That they're just shitting all over this car, but you remember it's a Honda Odyssey, don't you? Mission
and,
complete.
and it's
You
still
know what
running
I'm
after
saying?
all like the
And it
abuse.
still works.
Yeah.
That's right.
Uh, and like that whole fight at the end with like the oneer and all the Deadpool, none of that's important to me. None of it is.
None of
But
it.
it made me kind of like Blade Trinity a little bit more, even though I hate that movie. I'm happy that Ryan Reynolds got Wesley Snipes back. I was happy for
Yes.
Jennifer Garner because she did a lot of early 2000s lifting.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Channing Tatum was trying to get Gambit made since 2016, so he got to be Gambit.
Nice.
I think it's impossible for me to hate the movie because I just know how much Ryan Reynolds loves it, and it's contagious. But I think it does that at the effect of all story and plot and pathos and
Ryan Reynolds is a billionaire.
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds could have literally paid for this movie on his own. He just so happens to have the skills to get Disney to pay for it. And so when he says, hey, because of you guys, starting in 2000 with X-Men, and before that, Wesley Snipes showed that you could make an R-rated superhero movie with Blade. I owe you guys. There's a lot of heart in this movie. It's not about the story. That's right. It's not about Cassandra Nova, who Professor Xavier killed in the womb because she tried to strangle him because she's a Mumadry, and then she goes on to kill 16 million mutants in Genosha, like in the comic books. No, none of that is there.
And she flicks her bean to Enya.
Bro, I saw that visually when she said that in my mind, and I had chills. It was gross. It was gross. She has the creepiest mind reading power with the fingering of your head. That is so disturbing. Ryan Reynolds gets all of this done because he's like, you know what? I'm standing on the shoulders of you people. And that end credits montage of all of those 2000 movies, that was, your eyes water a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you didn't like Elektra, even if you thought Daredevil was stupid, but Michael Clark Duncan was awesome as the Kingpin.
Everyone loved him. And well, no, Colin Farrell's great too. Colin Farrell is
Bullseye. Oh,
he killed that old lady by flicking a peanut in the back of her throat.
He choked her. Yeah. Right. So now you see this montage and you realize, holy shit, it's not about the MC. It's just these people love these characters, and it came off on screen. And I'm here because of you guys. And so this is a love letter. I hate that phrase, but it is. It's a love letter to you guys who helped me get here, who gave me some inspiration. And like you said, fans, you can have Deadpool and Wolverine, two guys who are effectively immortal, just beat the hell out of each other to no effect. That's a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing. That shows that Ryan Reynolds, say what you will, he's basically been playing the same dude forever.
Yes, ever.
Except in Smoking Aces, where he kind of,
I like
that turn in Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
I like that turn in Smoking. And was he the guy who cut off his arm under the rock? He was in that movie?
No, that was Franco.
128. Okay.
Yeah, so Reynolds couldn't do that movie.
Okay. So there
he was buried. He was buried. He was stuck in a spot.
Okay. So you get two different versions of Ryan Reynolds over the course of 6,000
nice
movies.
Pool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gets his wife in there. He gets his kid in there. He gets Rob McElhenney in there.
Yeah,
I can't say his name.
Welsh football teams. McElhenney.
I can't say his. Thank you.
And Rob McElhenney.
Apparently, Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Deadpool. People. Ryan Reynolds. So, how you guys doing, eh? You hosers, take off. Why don't you come be in my movie, eh? You know, just the nicest man in the world who's also a billionaire. A billionaire off of gin and cell phone
and soccer and Wrexham
and soccer.
You know, Wrexham Lager's selling around the world now. Like he's very
brilliant.
Smart and like
he's business wise.
Blake Lively has a mixer drink that's huge, and she has a new hairline that's exploding. Like they're billionaires.
They're billionaires. They're
Yeah.
legitimate billionaires. They could have made this movie on their own
But you know what I
to
love?
show you.
When everyone was
Yeah.
doing tequila, he went gin, and he's
Because
reaping the rewards. You know what I mean?
and
Like
gin is
I
gin
love
is
gin.
gross.
Oh man,
I
Hendrix.
hate gin.
Hendrix is some cucumber. Oh, that's so good.
I hate gin.
You know what? Also, he did. Sean Levy came in to direct it, and that guy did Real Steel. He did Free Guy. He did Atom Project, and so like this is a guy who did all three Night at the Museum movies, and I don't think he's like I think Free Guy is really good. Like
It was fun. That was a fun movie.
That's
Yeah.
a different Reynolds. He's
Yeah.
more sincere, not less snarky in it.
Affable.
Yeah, you're good.
English
you.
teacher.
I'm
English
Robert
teacher.
De Niro over here. You're good. You're good. You. But what's smart about Levy is like he's done gigantic movies. Like he's done $200 million movies before. So he's going to get on Deadpool and Wolverine. He's never going to be overwhelmed. And plus, he's worked on Real Steel. He's worked with Ryan. This is third time working with Ryan Reynolds, and they're both Canadian. But you're going to bring him in, and he's not going to be like some indie director who made one indie and then is now making Captain Marvel. Like he's going to be a guy who's been doing this for 20 years. So there was no like budget overload. Like it was expensive, but everyone knew it was going to be expensive. Everyone knew this movie would make $1 billion when you toss Wolverine in there. Like they just didn't know it would make 1.35 billion. So like here's 350 million. I think it's all on screen. I think it was all cared for. And like it was smart to bring him in because he's not going to get lost in the big budget mayhem. So it's like I think all the decisions made. Wolverine's still dead. This is just another Wolverine because there's all the variants. So it's like
that's right. The one good thing about the Venom movie, I'm sick of all this multiverse shit. Yeah. That's it. That's it. It's literally the only good thing about the entire movie.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And
that was funny.
It's just Deadpool Wolverine's smart. No matter what anybody says, they knew that it wasn't going to be Logan, right? They knew it. They were just like, this is fan service. I love these characters. These people love these characters. I'm going to give people the chance to reprise their characters or play a character they're never able to play. So it's smart filmmaking. It gave the audience what they wanted, and it made an incredible amount of money. So
that's right. That's right.
Like you can't like everyone who knocks on it, like it's not even like listen, guys, like this is the movie he made, and it was incredibly successful. So that's what you should study. Like that's so I mean, that's another smart decision. And then when I was watching what we'll talk about X-Men 97, like everyone who joined X-Men 97 loved X-Men 97. They brought the old voice cast back as much as they could.
The ones who are still alive. Yeah, that's right.
Who are still alive. And like I was watching this thing and you had the original animators on there. Like you had these guys just like George Buza, Cal Dodd as Wolverine. Oh my gosh, right? And then they brought back Zahn as Rogue, and Allison Seeley Smith as Storm.
That's right.
And, like, the new voice talent was just incredible. And I think once again, all the producers, all the showrunners, all the writers just love you and I think grew up watching it on Saturday mornings. Like,
are you kidding me? I did not miss that show. Period.
You do not miss it. And also, like, I watched The Tick. The Tick was my jam because The Tick was just weird. And I love The Tick so much. It's like probably
The Tick. Listen to me. I'm going to say this real quick.
Little wooden boy.
Find the live action version of The Tick, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 9 episodes. It might be the greatest thing Fox has ever made. It's so funny. The cast is perfect.
I'm the midnight bomber who bombs at midnight.
the guy who they got to be the fake Punisher who just wanted to be hugged. They were nailing so much about comic books in the 90s on that cartoon. And then the live action series, they couldn't use Deflator Mouse. So it was, I'm Batman Well.
I love Batman anyway. Well.
Back to X-Men. But like, go for it. I'm sorry.
No, but The Tick is great. But it was formative for a lot of kids because they're watching it and just going, "Oh, this is adult. Like this isn't pandering. This isn't some like crap that treats me like it tackled real issues in a comic book way." But I do think that they revered it, and so they brought in a really the people they brought in loved it. Like everyone who got brought in to work on this loved it. It was a huge hit. It's like 8.8 on IMDb.
That's right.
And by the way, Norbert's laughing because I just had the biggest yawn on the planet recording this. But once again, I know this really sounds stupid, but it's amazing how many movies like will go in without a script, or will go in with directors who don't care about what they're making. They're just making a movie. Like that's not when it comes to comic books. Like you can make Ransacker 3 with like
Ransacker.
a
That's awesome.
random guy or woman. You know what I mean? Like it's Ransacker 3. Who gives a shit? Like they're ransacking more stuff.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
ransacking, they're ransacking, whatever, blah, blah. But when you make a comic book movie, you need people who love the comic. I'm
You
sorry.
do.
Yeah, you need it.
You
So
do. You do.
that's like, or like, and that's what all four of these properties had this year. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they
So
all,
here's the thing.
own form were successful.
Here's the thing. Okay. X-Men 97 takes from the Claremont run mostly, because the Claremont run starts with after Giant X-Men, which is where we get away from Angel, Beast, Cyclops, Professor X. They have to go and save the original X-Men on the island of Krakoa. Then this is how we get Wolverine. We get Thunderbird, I think his name is, the Native American dude. You get Colossus. You get Nightcrawler. You get the international team. The original X-Men with Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, God bless him, kind of a boring comic, kind of boring. It got canceled. They rebooted it. What ends up happening is Claremont turns it into a sci-fi soap opera. Now we get the X-Men not just killing bad guys and fighting and using their mystical powers. We get X-Men having breakfast. We get the X-Men playing basketball and using their powers. This is where you get that scene in the first episode from, because it was, oh my God, of course. Why wouldn't I use my teleportation powers to make three-pointers? It's so obvious, right? You've never seen anything like that before. The Marvel difference of DC, whereas DC guys are like analogs for gods, the Marvel people are just, yesterday I was a dishwasher, now I can lift a truck. Oh my God, I have to pay my mortgage. Except with X-Men, we still play ball. We still play sports. We play baseball and stuff like that. We fall in love. We start to get the love triangle of Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey.
Wolverine's so annoying with that love triangle, though. He's just such a Baxter.
Bro, he's been alive for 200 years. He's got a thing for psychic redheads and Asian women and Storm and smart chicks and probably guys too, because he's just that old. He probably experimented. Why not? So we get all the drama, and this is why the X-Men original X-Men 90s cartoon was so good with the kids, because you're reading all this stuff in the comics and they got the gist of it and put it up on the screen. Unlike the Spider-Man animated series, where they did take a lot from the comics, but Spider-Man's literally getting his ass kicked like every episode. He can't punch anybody. He's always getting thrown up against the wall. He's just terrible Spider-Man. He's terrible Spider-Man, but it was awesome because they nailed the stories. They got the heart. They have turned that up to 27 with this X-Men 97 reboot. And now we get the 90s stories and the 2000 stories. We get the lead up to Onslaught, where Magneto rips the metal out of Wolverine's bones. Something that in everybody's mind, of course. Why did it take him 30 years to do that? Like he should have done that a long time ago. That leads to Onslaught, where a piece of Magneto gets into Professor X's head and turns him bad. But we're not going to get Onslaught, it looks like. It looks like instead we're going to get Age of Apocalypse type stuff. And we had a taste of what they call Operation Zero Tolerance with Bastion.
Oh yeah,
the purple
Bastion.
guy.
Yeah.
The purple guy. Because, oh my God, Operation Zero Tolerance was cool because after Professor X turns into Onslaught, which is Magneto's powers plus Professor X's powers. Oh, by the way, they're also the most evil thing on the face of the earth. The Avengers, quote unquote, die. The only people left are mutants. Bastion pops up and says, well, had enough of this shit. We're rounding up all the mutants today. All the Sentinels. We don't have that many Sentinels. Make more. Let's go get them now. Like, I'm done with this. There's no more mutants. So you get the taste of Operation Zero Tolerance. You get the life-death story. Storm loses her powers. They do a deconstruction of her. And the love affair with Forge, who can literally just make whatever he thinks of in his mind. He decides, yeah, okay, I'm gonna make a gun that takes away mutant powers because I used to work for the government. I'm that type of guy. Storm falls in love with him. You get that great story. Even Jubilee's not as annoying as she used to be. It's just a great, great series.
Her comic book episode people don't really like, but I love it. Like I love the
It
old
was fun.
or the video game episode. Like I love playing that
Yeah.
game.
Oh, X-Men the arcade game was sick, bro.
And just
You never played that with 6 people back in the day? You go to Pizza Hut, Chuck E. Cheese?
oh, so good. And that and The Simpsons. Those were the games.
Unreal. The beat 'em ups. Walk to the right, punch everything until you get to the boss. Good luck.
I wish I had those 3 games: Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, and X-Men. Just right in a row.
I'll talk to you after the pod, my friend. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, like and like Bishop's in it and Cable. I have the first X-Men 282. I have that issue with the first appearance of Bishop.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's like that's like my favorite run. The 280 through 290 with like Bishop or with Gambit and Storm, and then Storm in the Rain. It has one of the greatest images in X-Men ever, when I don't know what they're called, like the Ravagers, where like one guy's half tank, half man, but a sentinel puts its hand over the guy's head. It just blows it off.
It just blows him away. Yeah. That's
like,
what they do.
Like but that's my favorite run. But like seeing Bishop and like watching this, like I don't know, it does blast through everything. Like you're watching, you're like, what? Like this could have been one season. But I think there's so much lore in the 20 years since they released X-Men that they're fine.
Bruh, they've taken 40 years of stories and mashed it into 10 half-hour episodes.
But it still works.
Done it well.
Yeah.
And done it well.
Because they care.
Done it well.
Like they care about it. And I know I keep saying that, but it's a really good reset year. I'm telling you, man. There's only 3 MCU properties, and all did well in their respective like spot. You had a giant budget, like one of them. You had an animated show, and then you had a really low budget kind of secondary character that was still beloved. And it's just nice. I think Marvel needed to get back. I've never really cared. I kind of like chaos, so I always enjoyed watching when everyone hated Marvel. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Because like they were on top, like in like sports. I'm a sports fan, and so for me, like it's great when your team is on an amazing run, right? They're just winning and winning and winning. But sometimes I think it's really interesting when they have like a transition year. Like Florida State went undefeated last year. They won 2 games this year, and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Like for me with Marvel, when they had that giant run and then they had to kind of pivot and find new stories, and they were kind of reactive, and some things blew up in their faces, and then they had to stop and delay things and then like reset, and like it's been fun to watch. For me, that's more interesting than just Thor: The Dark World 8 times. Like
that's true. That's fair.
I also like chaos. Like when people are losing their minds over a show on Disney Plus, I was like, well, who cares? Like, remember like the Hulk, She-Hulk? They're like, she learned how to She-Hulk in one day. The Hulk.
There was so much hate.
I'm like, who cares? Like, so obviously, hate. It's like people's feelings. So I hate saying who cares, but in this situation, it's like, guys, it's She-Hulk. Like it's supposed to be like irreverent. Like it's not supposed to be Thor: The Dark World. Like it's sassy and it's odd, and like there's a lady named Madison who like goes to hell, and then she like
just comes back.
Yeah, and then she's like, I survived. Like she's the type of lady that like you could just anywhere you send her, she's gonna come back alive. Like that's just the type of person she is.
And then what do we need to learn about being a Hulk? Skin green, check. Invulnerable, check. Throwing tanks, check. There are no powers here. The power is I will smash a building with my big toe. That's the power. Shut up.
Yeah. Like they made
What are we learning?
They made Hulk weaker on purpose. And it's just, guys, come on. Stop. You need to calm down. But actually I probably just made a lot of people mad.
No, you're fine.
No, with I just did a Taylor Swift lyric, so a lot of people are like,
what you were saying about respecting the characters, though, definitely comes through in X-Men 97 and Deadpool. They managed to homage the iconic Wolverine cover that Todd McFarlane draws.
Yeah, the cross,
the reflection of Hulk in the blades, the cross by Barry Windsor Smith, the comic size accurate Wolverine, the height 5'3". That was hilarious. the Age of Apocalypse, Wolverine missing a hand. These are things that you do when you actually like the characters. When the characters are kind of whatever to you, you get Venom, The Last Dance. If they
Oh,
wanted to bring in Null, my friend,
yeah, they didn't care.
Null shows up Null showed up well before the time that they had to make Let There Be Carnage. Carnage, he goes berserk, maximum carnage. He goes berserk again, absolute carnage. And that is what leads to Null. So they could have had Carnage as a bridge to Null. But because it was, well, let's
Sony.
just get Woody Harrelson in there. And also, yes, Sony. And also, yes, Sony. It was just Woody Harrelson's cool. Let's dye his hair red. How's he going to become Carnage? Let's make him bite the guy. Why not? Sure. And it's just what?
The
Now
best
Carnage
part of that
looks,
movie though is the breakup. When they break up
yes.
and like Venom goes to a club, like Venom just starts killing people, like taking over bodies, and then they can't like blend with him. So he's just murdering people when he's
He's
all
murdering
depressed.
people.
He's depressed
Yeah.
about Eddie. I love it. And then listen, the final line is incredible though. When Woody Harrelson's like, I'll just come back and then Venom goes, fuck this guy. It eats his head. If they just cut right there, that movie would have been incredible. Like that was fuck this guy. Like I love that bit.
there's it was called Absolute Carnage, and the whole thing was collecting codexes so that they could be ready for when Null comes. Period. I'm sure that they could have figured out a way to do that, because breaking news, folks, when a comic book comes out in March, they're not working on it in February. These things have a long lead time. You know what I mean? And they're plotted years in advance. So there's no way that they couldn't have gotten contact with the people at Marvel. So what's going on with this Carnage guy, eh? Oh, really? Interesting. And then you can just mishmash into whatever it is you want.
Well, they were gonna slap him into the MCU, and like they weren't gonna bring in Null. Like I don't even know why that Null doesn't need to be in this movie.
Not at all. He adds nothing to it.
It could be a symbiote called there's Venom, there's Carnage, and then Obliteration or Destruction or Slimer or Goober, something like that. Because this version of Venom, I think, works best when the stakes are low. Like the first one, they were going to send a rocket off, but everyone like they're not sending a rocket. No one cared about the rocket in the first one. In the second one, he's just like, I want revenge on him, and I want revenge on him. I want revenge on him. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Do it. And on the third one, it doesn't need like, oh, Noel's going to destroy. Like Tom Hardy and Venom should not be fighting Noel. They should be fighting Hank. Or just singing karaoke.
Fighting the guy that made the first bad guy in the first movie take 6 months to get there on foot.
Yeah,
he couldn't figure out. It's just
that was so bad. But you bring in like Jenny Slate, Riz Ahmed, like Naomi Harris, like you have huge casts, man.
Oh man,
Michelle Williams.
Go ahead.
So I know they filmed it here, some of it in Atlanta, and I know for a fact that people working on it said Tom Hardy every day was like talking to like the directors and writers, just like, guys, this is bad. We need this. Isn't it like? And like Tom Hardy's like, we need to like. He was cool to everybody, but like he's like, guys, we need to make this better. And I guess he just sweat everything to make these movies watchable, and that's why I'll never hate him. I will never hate him because
it's fair.
Sometimes you see these like Terminator Genesis, and you're like, why are you in this movie? You don't care about Terminator. Like you don't care. Like it's like, I don't know, like I'm in this movie because I hate the franchise and I wanted to make it better. Like, no, like Tom Hardy's like, I love it. So, he even brought the lady who wrote the first two to direct the third. And like I dig that. Like Tom Hardy's loyal. So
when we started reading comic books, you have the biggest suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. Because this is supposed to barely be real. Okay? You get Eddie Brock in Amazing Spider-Man 298 to 300. He's just a guy who wants to kill himself because he wrote a bad story that wasn't true. And then Spider-Man at the same time, just coincidentally, happens to go to the church that Eddie Brock is praying and loses the symbiote there with the bells, the church bells. And it falls on him. And then he's like, oh, you hate Spider-Man too. Oh, and he's Peter Parker? Cool. Let's go kick his ass. Very simple character. Simple guy. They twisted into this journalism thing for these Sony movies. Okay, no problem. Cool. Does the suit talk to him in the comic books? Kind of. They've amped that up over the last couple of years because they basically rebooted the whole character. Not only does he have an ex-wife, he's got a kid that he forgot he had. Oh, by the way, the kid has also got the Venom suit several times. They've been fighting back and forth as to who controls the Venom suit. Tra-la-la-la-la. Okay, you can't put all that into these crazy-ass movies, right? But the Lethal Protector thing is when I jumped off. They made a solo issue after he fought Spider-Man a few times in Amazing. They made a solo series, Venom, Lethal Protector. Great cover. But he goes to San Francisco and he's the Lethal Protector. I'm doing air quotes. Where he just, he's an anti-hero because it was the 90s. Extreme. And it was crap. I didn't like it. And this is how you get all of these Rainbow Coalition symbiotes in this movie. Lasher and Riot and Screech and Dopey.
Are those reindeer?
I don't know,
Seven
man.
Doors.
It was... The Life Foundation that was in the first movie also came out of the extended Venom series in the 90s. And that was okay. I get it. We want to use these things, for weapons and just for, general play and sport. Okay, I got you. But it just, you see what happens. Because these movies are all over the place. Oh, yeah, man.
It's Sony. But listen, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
I would watch this one over any Marvel. I would watch these three movies over any. I would say maybe Spider-Man 1 through 3 with Topher and Topher. Maybe the Tom Holland ones because they're fun. But I would watch it over Captain America. I would watch it over. I'm not saying they're better, Norbert.
Mm-hmm. I know. I understand what you're saying.
They're shorter. They're less serious, less pretentious, and more fun, I think.
You see, going back to our earlier theme of people who care about the movies, Raimi grew up reading Spider-Man, and it was on the screen.
He loves it.
Because those movies could have just been Spider-Man swinging around like these crazy batshit Venom movies, where it's just Spider-Man being weird all the time. But Peter Parker, he got it. He got that. You go for Spider-Man, but you really want to see Peter Parker dealing with all this nonsense. That's why 1, 2, and even 3. 3 was but that wasn't on Raimi. The studio was like, you must put Venom in this movie.
And you could feel it too. You could feel he didn't like Venom. And that's why he didn't care about Venom. And that messed up everything.
That's right. And he didn't care about Venom because, like I said, at the time, not the deepest character in the world.
No.
I hate Spider-Man. Suit, you hate Spider-Man? Yes, I do. Okay, let's go kill him. Cool. Finish. That's done. That's it. That's Venom. That's Venom. Sandman, he's got a daughter. He's doing it for his kid. It was an accident. He was a thug, but not a bad guy, not necessarily a murderer. He's just trying to get that money. That would have been a cool movie because Hayden Church has range.
Yeah, he does.
That would have been a great movie. Spider-Man versus the Sandman, one of the original Sinister Six, created by Stan Lee and Ditko.
And
that
would
have been great.
Need Venom. You could have had Topher become Venom at the end.
And even Topher, the bare minimum for Eddie Brock, he's supposed to be jacked. That's not Topher.
Tom Hardy is.
Now you're getting it. Yeah. Exactly.
It's but I don't know. I still love it. I don't care. I
got you.
You don't have to think something's high entertainment, but you just have to enjoy. Right. I just had to watch it all again to do all these stats for them, and I had a good time with it. I love them. I love the Venom movies.
I'm glad you did, brother. Because you've always been a better human being than I, anyway.
I still think they're good movies. I think sometimes you got to realize, yes, the art form is this is missing, but I like it. You just got to put it. Does that make sense? You can win ugly.
Well, and here's the thing. This is clearly supposed to be the movie where the superhero loses his powers. Spider-Man 2, he loses his powers. Superman 2, he loses his powers. Iron Man 3, he shouldn't get in the suit anymore. Yeah. Iron Man 2, the suit was killing him. So he managed to stretch that over 2 movies, but there's always that, my powers are either killing me or they don't work right anymore.
Yeah.
Logan, powers are killing me. Can't do this much. So that's what this was supposed to be, where you get if I use my powers, the alien's going to find me. So instead of using his powers to change into the tuxedo, which is something he did in the comics all the time, that was like bare minimum Venom power. The suit can become whatever he wants on the outside. No, he can't do that. So we could get the peeing on your shoes joke with the drunk guy. But to dance with Mrs. Chen, hey, I'll turn into Venom. Oh God. It was like, why is Hoffmeyer making me watch this?
Yeah, that was dumb. But very bad decisions are made. But watching Tom Hardy keep losing shoes,
yes,
I'm in.
Yes, one boot. That's right. That's right.
All right. So, what's your favorite moment from each of these?
Okay, X-Men '97, Death of Genosha. Oh my God, Death of Genosha. Spoiler alert: Death of Gambit.
Yeah,
Did not see that coming, at all. At all. It was so traumatic, and DeMeo says he needed it to be traumatic because to him that was the quote unquote like 9/11 moment of the series. Everybody feels safe, but they're not.
yeah.
And so the death of oh my God, the death of Genosha, that was brutal. That was brutal. And 1B, when Rogue just kills the guy.
I'm
She's
just
like,
done
I'm
with
done.
y'all, honey. I'm gonna
I'm
go
done.
snack. Yeah,
I'm done.
I love that. Yeah, I think the Genosha because that hit hard.
Yeah.
But what about Deadpool Wolverine?
Ooh, Deadpool Wolverine. There's so many funny moments though.
Yeah.
What's my favorite moment? My favorite moment definitely is when Chris Evans redoes Johnny Storm because I loved, man, you go back, Johnny Storm was awesome in those movies. They nailed the whole bickering family aspect of the Fantastic Four in those two movies. They really did. And Fishburne as the Silver Surfer was awesome. Whoever that dude who played Dr. Doom sucked.
Yeah, terrible.
that dude sucked. Turning Galactus into a gas cloud, I want to strangle those people.
I think it's for me is like the sequence with Snipes, Garner, and
that's a given, absolutely.
And like just like having Gambit come in. Oh, what y'all gonna go say there, man? We're going down the bottom. We just want to go get some Bodad, but like big Bodad is going down there, get some shrimp down, we go down, get some beignets on them.
He's like his Sling Blade, your dialogue coach. Yeah. Oh my God,
we'll go down to Cochon and go down like just talking, French Creole like unintelligible, and it's incredible.
He nailed it. He did.
Yeah, that one's great. And then what do we have left? We have Agatha, and then we have Agatha, and then we have
Agatha and Venom.
Yeah. What's your favorite Agatha moment?
Okay, so for me, it was the second time around watching Agatha, and just when they do the Kaiser Soze realization moment, because it snapped for me too. Oh my God! Wow, he's just made all this up. That was cool. That was cool.
Patty LuPone's death for me. That was when she lifted up in the air, like that was she stayed behind. That was pretty brutal.
I didn't expect her to get stabbed like that, bro. That's a bad way to die.
Yeah,
that's a bad way to die. Ooh, that was gross. That was gross. I'm glad Zashir Zamata survived. That was cool.
Yeah, and she just kind of wandered around for a couple episodes, and then
exactly.
She's still gonna have lawsuits pressed against her, right?
For sure.
Because of her potions.
For sure. She's just making that up.
Yeah. Okay, and then Venom. I think the Major Tom, or maybe watching Christmas tear it up because I love Letterkenny, but I'm gonna go just watching Tom Hardy listen to Reese Ifans sing, Major Tom.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm sick of this multiverse shit. That's the best part of the entire movie. It's the best part of the entire movie. I mean, because we all agree.
No, wait, Venom Frog. No. When they give him the vegan food and Venom goes hard pass and just throws
that was legit funny because the look on Hardy's face, I was not expecting myself to do that. Hard pass.
The funny thing is how far the plate goes.
It was he yeeted that, yo. It was in the sky. That's right. It was in the sky.
Hard pass.
It was in the sky. Yes.
I'm telling you, like, remember in the first one when he's gonna go down the building, but then he pushes the elevator button and then Venom goes pussy. Like there's tiny moments in that franchise. Like I know, like, there's tiny moments that Venom's quite funny. Like that was funny. Hard pass.
Yes.
I was like, oh man. And then Venom Frog. That was great. Venom fish.
Yes.
So
Venom horse. Dude, just
it's silly. All right, but
heavy
still.
sigh.
All right, okay, so what would you give this year for Marvel? Like, would you like content wise and moving forward wise? What are your grades? 2 grades
So
overall.
content wise, overall, like 6.5 out of 10, because X-Men 97, you can't beat that with a bat. Deadpool Wolverine, just nostalgia porn. Agatha All Along, better on the rewatch than it is in the original watch. Great acting, solid script, good effects. I even liked how cheesy the brooms looked,
Yeah,
because it was supposed to look kind of cheesy, and that's okay. This Venom thing, good God, just don't make any more movies, Sony. When Craven the Hunter makes $6.95 this weekend, maybe you will finally learn your lesson to just stop. Stop. Put Tom Hardy in good things. You know what? Make a spin-off to Bane with Tom Hardy. I'll watch that.
all right. Moving forward wise, what's the score? Was this a good year or a
uh
bad year for Marvel?
going forward, it definitely did clean the palette for the MCU, because Agatha, I don't know what she's going to be doing with Billy. I don't even. They were going off to have some adventure at the end of the show. To do what? I don't know. I don't recall what it is. But they're going to have more adventures, so great. Maybe they'll cameo somewhere and be a Deus Ex Machina in one of the big budget films. Oh, it's Agatha Harkness Ghost. I guess now we can kill Thanos too, Electric Boogaloo. Deadpool, to quote Deadpool, till you're 90.
Yeah,
They are not going to let Hugh Jackman go back into the box.
yeah.
We are going to see Wolverine again. This dude's going to be in his 70s, like Stallone, taking that HGH, because the gym ain't working no more.
Training, training one of the kids that he killed from the movie.
Something.
Yeah,
Something. So going forward, I definitely give it a 10 though,
yeah.
to be honest with you.
It needed this
Because
year.
the MCU, the slate is cleaned. The slate's clean. There's no more real threads to pick up. The Thunderbolts movie is going to come out. That looks weird, but interesting. Kind of like a Marvel Suicide Squad thing. It looks weird. Captain America and the Red Hulk thing. Okay, sure, why not? Harrison Ford's the Hulk now. Okay.
I'm worried about that one because they've gone through 4 rounds of reshoots, and the movie's up to 350 million.
It's a massive shrug. All right,
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
because
Sure, why not?
I like Anthony Mackie, but can you shoulder the MCU on him?
That movie that he just came out with Miranda
Elevation.
McCarran.
Yeah,
Oy, oy,
yeah. He makes a lot of
oy, oy.
oy Netflix movies too. But also like
Get a check.
I think we need more Shang-Chi to come out. There's a new they're bringing back. Oh man, we'll talk about that later. But they're bringing back like Tony Stark, guy, Doctor Doom. Come on, guys.
That made me cry a little bit in my mouth. It made me cry in my mouth because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why? When he took that mask off and everyone, I said, but you died. Like
Yeah.
you died.
And
You died
Captain
saving existence.
Captain America's coming back. Like
You died saving existence, bro. Don't be.
you know what I don't like about the Russos? It's like they go to make Captain America Winter Soldier, but they're like Hydra's evil. So then the entire show of Agents of Shield, like, well, I guess we got to change now. Like they didn't even talk to them, and then they go and make Infinity War, and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, everyone's dying, and James Gunn's like, you're killing Nebula. Yeah, he's like, fuck you guys, and then they're like, oh, 5 years later, okay, so half the population disappeared and came back. Our world will be chaos, Norbert. Like,
Yes.
and then they're like, oh, so now everything's 5 years later, so we have to like recast all the kids and like do, and then like the Russos are like, it's fine, and then like and now all that work they did, they're like, oh, we'll just bring everyone back.
That's why I never even got into Agents of Shield.
Yeah, because
That's why I never got into it.
And also, the Russos made The Gray Man and Cherry, which are two of like the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Gray Man 2 coming soon.
So I think they need to go back to the safety of Marvel.
And Marvel Comics has existed since basically Fantastic Four #1 in the 60s, like 62, 63. There are more characters you guys can use. I don't know. Maybe somebody should tell them that. If Tony Stark is okay, Tony Stark's dead. You guys know about the Ironheart girl, right? You guys know that Rhodey also did the suit, And that's not just quote unquote woke stuff for all you haters out there.
Ugh.
That's canon. That's canon. Rhodey took over for Tony Stark when Tony Stark got shot, and when Tony Stark was basically hammered on booze all the time, even in the bottle era. So you could have just put Rhodey in there. You know, there's another person that you could get. Oh,
Great
also,
actor.
by the way, you got Spider-Man now. Like,
Yep.
you got Spider-Man, okay? The Sony stuff should have stopped as soon as Underoos came out in Civil War. the Sony villain cinematic universe, that is.
Yes.
Like, they had to just stop, bro. They had to stop.
That's
Because Craven the
twice
Hunter,
now.
a lot.
Amazing
failed more
Spider-Man
than
2
twice.
tried to do that with the Sinister Six.
Yes.
That failed.
Yes.
And then Sony
Yes.
tried to do it. That failed.
That movie's almost 3 hours long, bro.
Don't get me started.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
mad long. And Garfield was the best Peter Parker. Nailed it. He was the best Spider-Man, the best Peter Parker. I put that out there.
All right, let's get out of here, Norbert. This was great, and we didn't have to split up into 2 episodes.
There you go.
What
There you
next? Alien Romulus,
Romulus Alien. Okay, good.
or do you want to do something else? I'm here for you,
Alien
man.
Romulus. Alien Romulus. I love that movie. That was great.
There's a lot to talk
And it just
about in
took
that one.
it took a hard turn in the last 30 minutes.
Well, they all do. All Alien movies have 4 acts, which I love. And Megan brought that up to me. She's like, I thought it was over. Then there was another half hour. I'm like, this is
You know what I'm
act.
saying? Just like, wait, what?
Yeah, but she loved Andy. She's like, man, that guy's great. Like David Johnson in that movie. Like, he's awesome. And Kaylee Spaney's great. Andy's great.
Period.
And like, like that movie kills people so hard. Okay, we'll save it. Can we please do that?
Yes, sir. Your wish is my command.
Or I mean, listen, Norbert, you get one, I get one. So let me know if something hits you. But I'd love to talk about this one because we've covered most of all the other Alien films. We might as well do this one.
Romulus, because I thought you were going to say something else.
No. All right, so let's get out of here. Where can people find you, Norbert?
At Eddie Kane on Twitter, Norbert Morvan on SoundCloud, also Norbert Morvan on YouTube. Check me out. I'm doing some things out there. And at Eddie Kane on Blue Sky. Why not?
Oh, you're on Blue Sky? Nice.
Yes, It really is nice over there.
You're coming up with a Deep Blue Sea song, right?
Deepest bluest. Yes, sir. Thank you for reminding me for the 4th time. I'm such a moron. I keep forgetting to do that.
Oh, dude. Yeah. But hey, thank you for joining me, man. This was awesome.
Thank you, brother.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert Morvan, this is Movie Sons of Flicks. We'll see you next week.